Hey guys, welcome back to the episode 6. I'm very excited about this episode because there are a few interesting I would like to share with you guys. And disclaimer, I did not discover this all by myself. Thanks to the people in the Zero Discord. I'll leave the credits in the description, so be sure to check that out. Without further ado, let's get started. The first thing I would like to share is the double time. So every time the skill gets proc, if it decreases your skill cooldown by 4 seconds. Now, your main attack skill, they are not the only skill that will trigger the double time. Here is the list of other skills that will trigger the double time as well. Basically attack related skill except buffing skill. This is a showcase of Eagle Weapon triggering the double time. You can see that my skill cooldown was at 10, but then as soon as my Eagle Weapon was triggered, the cooldown was reduced to 6. Beta's Eagle Weapon is a little bit special. It will trigger 3 double time because Beta's Eagle Weapon was designed to do 3 consecutive attacks. So if there are a total of 3 attacks, there will be 3 double time triggered. With this knowledge in mind, I can literally spam my throwing weapon up to 4 times because I'll be getting 3 minus 4 seconds cooldown. The double time effect is shared between the two bodies. My alpha can also receive the double time from beta, allowing me to do multiple flash assault consecutively. Not only that, this trick allows you to do double advanced Earthbreak, as well as double advanced Stormbreak. Now there are other skills that will trigger double time as well, such as Shadow Rain. Before we move on to the next one, fun tip, Shadow Rain will trigger both Alpha's and Beta's Eagle Weapon. Now let's move on. Planting Shadow Flash, Breaking Shadow Flash, Popping Limit Break, Cancelling Limit Break, Spider in Mirror, and finally Joint Attack. Now Joint Attack is triggering multiple double time, but how exactly many of it, I don't know because I can't find a way to test it out, but my assumption is Joint Attack triggers 7 double time because Joint Attack was made up of 7 attacks, and that is just my assumption. Transcendent Rhinne's Prayer is a very special skill. The description said if it grants a buff that additionally damage the enemy, and surprisingly, this additional buff will trigger the double time as well. The cool trick is, with Transcendent Rhinne's Prayer activated, you can literally just keep spamming your throwing weapon. But for MapleStory, I don't know why I can't do unlimited throwing weapon, but GMS player, they can do it. So you can see that my Transcendent Rhinne's Prayer buff is still active, but somehow my throwing weapon just stopped, like I didn't get the minus 4 second cooldown after a few streak. This is a footage from the GMS. You can see that with Transcendent Rhinne's Prayer buff activated, you can keep spamming throwing weapon. Alright, that's all about the double time trick. The next trick I'm going to share with you is 2 alphas and 2 betas trick. So you can see on my screen there's 2 betas. One is original me and one is assist. The key is to tag and die at the same time. So you go ahead and revive, and the moment you tag, that's when the bug will happen. Beta as assist, she won't be doing anything. She was like, what? But as for alpha, as you can see on my screen, there's 2 alphas. If he's the assist, at least he will do the throwing weapon. And throwing weapon is the only assist he can do. The next thing I would like to share is Flash Assault Search Logic. So in this footage, he's going to stand at this very position and he's going to do the Flash Assault. And you watch what happens. He ended up at this top platform. Originally, he was standing at this platform, but after he did the flash assault, he ended up at this top platform. So how did this happen? So this guy, he finally figured it out. This is because the flash assault has a search logic. So let me pull out these flash assault triggering frames that I made back in episode 3. I'm going to place at this where this guy is standing. So you can see that the second frame is out of the platform. And this is where the flash assault search logic happens. It's going to search top and bottom platform, but in this case, it chooses the top platform. As a result, the second frame will be end up at top platform, and then it continues to the third and fourth frame. Again, third and fourth frame, they are out of the platform, and then it's going to search top and bottom platform, but it chooses the top one. So as a result, the last frame will be end up at the top platform. and that is how it happens. You can also go try this on Lara's map. So right here I'm standing at the bottom platform and I'll be end up at the top. Vice versa, if I do it at the top, I'll be end up at the bottom. But if you do flash assault while jumping, it completely ignores searching top or bottom platform. The next trick is dragging beta's body trick. This is a very useless trick, it does literally nothing. All you have to do is to lie down as a beta and then you tag into alpha using either flash assault or rolling cross. After you have done that, you can notice that beta is remain lie down, and that's about it. The last trick I would like to share is cancelling the chain skill trick. Now this is a very stupid trick because it cancels your own chain skill, like who else does that, right? Now let me show you a quick demo. Now did you notice what went wrong with this combo? The answer is I cancelled the spin cutter. This allows me to do 2 flash assault in a row, not consecutively but in a row because there's a horizontal movement delay. To perform this trick, all you have to do is to replace the spin cutter with shadow flash. So yeah, this is a very stupid trick, but it makes people wonder how did you cancel the spin cutter allowing you to do 2 flash assaults in a row. Now it is not necessarily have to be shadow flash, you can use any other alpha skill as well to cancel it, but you have to press it very quick in a short time period. With this knowledge, you can delay the shockwave from the jumping crash. Remember I did one back in the episode 4, but that one is the advanced earthquake and this time is the jumping crash. And this is what I call the suicide combo. All you have to do is, before the delay shockwave happen, you tag into alpha and you realize that my alpha chain skill will be cancelled automatically. And that is all for the video. As always, thank you for watching. Peace out.